Welcome to Carter's Retro Reviews. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do an unboxing, so here we go. Here we go. Here's the box. Pretty conspicuous. It says here, Great Lakes Brewing Company, which is cool. Makes me look like an alcoholic and not a nerd. Alright, so what do we got here? Because I actually haven't had a second to have a look at what's in here. Let's see. Double ender, ball gag. Oh, nope. Wrong box. Fuck. I've played what feels like hundreds of one-on-one fighting games, and a few minutes short of an hour into this, I had this urgent need to take a shit. No, it's not some sort of metaphor for what this game is like. No. It was a sign. A sign from the greater ethers. The sign was, apart from the fact that I need more water and fruit in my life and less bourbon and KFC, a sign I need to give this game a rest. Maybe put it to rest. It also gave me time to search for an epiphany or some time to come up with what the hell I'm going to say about this game, as I couldn't find my phone on the way to the toilet, so I don't have Angry Birds or Dirt on Parchy on my iPhone to play on the way. Which was also a sign in itself, because after I finished doing my business in the can, I found my phone sitting right next to me on my desk here. I swear that I looked here before, but I digress. Wait, no, hang on, does anyone else find that Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy is unattractive? Okay, now I digress. Before I play a moment of this game, the cover art is fucking dodgy as hell. If I was at a game store in 1996 and owned a Sega Saturn and I was illiterate but looking for a game to capture my attention, this game would not have been chosen, unless it was in the $5 bin, which might have been a thing at one point. But now the tides have turned, as this game is worth way more than that these days. I love my one-on-one fighting games. Hell, this is my 10th review for a fighting game in this vein, and really, what has changed? This is not the worst fighting game I've reviewed, but then again, it's actually not far from it. My main gripe with this game is that I just couldn't give a shit. When you compare all the high quality Capcom fighting games from this era, it makes this game a fucking joke. And not a particularly good one at that. The graphics are pretty good, yeah, but the gameplay's average. Characters are as bland as a drama set in the 16th century, and the combat is nothing special either. The only cool thing is that this is all space-based. And even then, that's not really enough to excite me that much. Sure, sound is fine, but if I have to assign an arbitrary percentage to it, 60% is what you're looking at. Better than the average, but not really good. The one glaring item, and I use that word carefully because it's not a problem or an issue for the most part, is difficulty. Holy shit! I got pantsed so hard so often that after turning it to easy and still getting a serious beating, it really turned me off the game. It's the equivalent to having a friend who's been playing this one game. And it doesn't even need to be a video game, it could be anything really. And he's practiced for the last 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Maybe even longer if he's got nothing better to do, and he asks you to come around to play his game. Here you're thinking it's all innocent, perhaps a game he's just bought. Maybe he wants to do a co-op or something, and then he chooses PvP, and then spends the next hour or however long it takes you to get sick of it, to continually whoop your ass. That is what the difficulty of this game is like. From what I can see on the CGR review of the Neo Geo version, it looks more or less the same. I've played a number of Neo Geo games through emulation or on affordable consoles, and I'm starting to find that fighting games like this one, which are not strongly remembered, which are actually mostly games that didn't have a series dedicated to them, still have quality, or at least some charm, but it also has some kind of unexplained hindrance. It is similar to the Saturn port of World Heroes Perfect. You have so much competition on the Sega Saturn with fighting games, and that really could be the undoing of this game. It's not bad, it's just when you compare this to many others, that there are much better games out there to spend your time and energy on. On top of spending $35 for a mint US copy, doesn't add up to the gleaming recommendation I could give it. If you paid $10 for a copy, Japanese or otherwise, then yeah, sure, maybe. Doesn't hurt to have a copy when you've exhausted all other avenues. But would I recommend this game? Not really, no. Sadly, look elsewhere.
Julie loses. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
As always, thank you very much for watching. Click on the TV to see the last review, and click on the name underneath the television if you'd like to subscribe.